Ya te dio.
Chevo.
Hello, everyone. Ooh, my voice is cracking a little bit there. My name is Terry Thrasher, and I'm about to cast a game here with Bill Fisher. How you doing, Bill?
I am doing very well.
Ooh, very well. That's nice to hear.
Yeah, I have preserved my voice somehow.
Yeah, you sound resonant as always.
Yeah, saved the best voice for playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, our voices are in perfect condition, much like these athletes down here. And we are into the playoffs now. I mean, this is kind of the we're building to the great heights of the event. Obviously, the round robin has been exciting, but this is where it's win and go home every single match now.
Yeah.
So
You leave it all on the court in these 40 minutes.
so we are going to be looking at a men's match here. We will have Team Hong Kong versus Team Australia. And any early predictions, Bill?
I think this one will be very close. This Hong Kong team's been doing very well, but this Australian team has taken down some top teams. I think Australia wins. I'll put that out there. I think Australia wins because they played Hong Kong early. And I think as Jaden Watson put it, it was like a wake-up call for them to change things up, so to speak. So I think, we've seen this Australian team kind of have that pivotal change in momentum come mid-match against Malaysia. Right, they still lost that one, but they won the last 4. They carried that momentum into big matches against Canada and the United States, where they took the win versus Canada, and it was a 1-game differential versus the United States. This Australian squad is looking amazing. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be an easy match for them. I think it's absolutely it's going to be a match.
Yeah, it definitely will be that. I tend to agree with your analysis. It is good to note that these are the 4 and 5 seeds. So in terms of the standings, not a lot separating them. Australia going 7 wins, 3 losses in the round robin with a plus 55 point differential. Hong Kong 6 and 4 with a plus 17. So Australia, a little bit of an edge in those points during the round robin, but hey, the records were pretty close. Not a lot to choose from.
Could we see the point differential between Hong Kong and Mexico?
Sure thing. So Hong Kong, we mentioned, is plus 17. Mexico, minus 4.
Okay.
Mexico, that was a good question, I think, because Mexico also going 6 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
But they did have a couple of rough matches against, I think, the American men and I think the Canadian and possibly Malaysian men, actually. I don't remember 100% the scores for each of them, but when they lost a little bit more, I guess, than Hong Kong did.
Yeah, I think earlier I had said that, let me verify my standings here, that I had thought that Mexico would win over Hong Kong in that seeding, but Hong Kong pulling it out and topping over Mexico, so good work by them, taking that 4 seed. Instead of playing Canada, they get to play Australia. I don't know if that's better or worse with some of the recent results, but either way, they had a tough match ahead of them. Let's see what happens here.
In the background, you may be able to hear the New Zealand team doing their opening of the match, haka.
I think we're going to wait for the haka to finish.
Yeah, they are commanding the attention of the whole stadium, frankly. So, yeah, definitely once these matches are uploaded on YouTube, recommend checking out a couple of those New Zealand matches because I really like the way they start off. The full stadium paying a bit of respect for that display. So they are on the far court playing against Team USA.
Yeah.
They are the Americans coming in as the number 1 seed, facing off against New Zealand as the number 8 seed. And the American side dropping their only match of the round robin to Malaysia. But as we say that stuff, here we are into the match between Hong Kong and Australia. Australia swapping out to a bright yellow jersey for this match. Unfortunately, their numbers are very faint. So we're just going to try and read those names from up here and remember what the players look like.
Yeah.
Hong Kong doing the commentators a favor with nice contrast of white on black. Obviously, this is the major thing to take into consideration when you figure out your next jersey for everybody out there.
Yeah, I know Brandon Leitner because I've been talking to him all week. I know Jaden Watson because he's the only one in sports goggles.
I mean, that's a start, right? We do see a hit out onto Michael Tran.
Yellow on yellow for numbers. Connection there.
Yeah, that is Matthew Kong hit out. He's been one of the reliable arms for Team Hong Kong.
Good first target. Does mean, though, if there's a catch, that he's the first back in, so.
Yeah, and I did get to watch Hong Kong face off against the Canadian men earlier today. Disappointing result for Team Hong Kong, but I did see some really clutch catching out of them, too, against the big arms on Canada, so they are capable of it.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. 4 balls to the side of Australia.
And we see that
nice
shot.
Nice pump fakes, cross court.
And Leitner hit out, but that was Chan hitting on the initial shot.
Watson pumps.
That was a nice throw. All the way across court, just tagging Jackie Loon.
Jackie Loon's a name I remember hearing a lot last year.
Yeah, he was, to me, he was the standout player.
Ooh. What a shot! That was a no-look sidearm. Woo, what a shot indeed.
Big arm there from Liang. Hong Kong sideline is fired up, and why not? They've got the edge. They fake a lot, and then they take their shot.
Man, everything about that throw from Lung said throwing left, and just what a beautiful play.
And there it's the Liang on the Australian side who lets go and evades a counter shot.
3 on the court for Hong Kong. Jaden Watson says, I have a teammate? All right.
Yeah, we did see Watson with that. Something like a little over 4 minutes, maybe 4.5 minutes of time eaten when Australia had a lead against the Canadian men's team, and he was able to secure the point. I think it was a 1-on-3.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice shot
Tags
there.
him out.
And Liu heads to the sideline. 2-on-2. Hong Kong at the line. We see that shot from Hui skimming out of bounds. Team Australia's turn. Liang and Watson. It is Leung throwing once more.
Right, is the other corner there for, I believe that's number 7 on the front of his jersey, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you might be right. I may have been getting that name incorrect.
For the Australian side, just to be clear. Loon Chi Hang in that left, Watson in the right, and they come out with a kill.
All right, so now Australia up at the line, a couple of fakes. And they miss. Hui with a nice shot. Got Clarence Hui, another one of those players who's got that low sidearm release available to him. Can be a deceptive shot that he can let go with just a bit of a twist on the body.
Watson staying alive. Good work by him.
And it's Watson throwing and a follow from his teammate. Pump fakes trying to keep Hui back.
Good job getting under that one. Good positioning by Hui. Sorry. Took me a second there. Hui. Good job putting the pressure. Not letting Australia feel confident with that. Getting to that line. Staggered shot.
Yeah, and he looks across to the left. Watson puts the pressure on from straight in front. Team Australia's throw one more time.
Yeah, talking to the Americans, Watson's shot isn't fast, but it has knuckle to it. That's a tag on Hui.
Yeah, and Australia secures that first one.
Loon Chi Hang with the shot on the shins of the jumping Hui.
Yeah, so early advantage to Australia. And yeah, it's interesting to hear some of the players here having knuckle ball motion, where I guess it's basically kind of dead ball that wobbles in the air a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm used to seeing a lot of players put a lot of curve on these things.
The Americans were describing Watson as an incredibly smart player tactically. and they had to give him a lot of respect. Something I have been noticing is you'll see, at least what I've kind of noticed, is that Des tends to be, Anuare, the captain of the Australian squad, tends to be up on the front line. He demands a ton of attention, and you'll see Watson typically play in the back. And it almost seems like Des is there to be the first, they take, it's almost like an on-the-court rotation, so to speak. Des takes is such a presence on the court, demands so much attention. He's so skilled at dodging and staying alive, but he's also such a cannon of a thrower. And then Watson comes in at the ends and it just sets this different tempo and pace. And it's got to be hard for the other team to go from the cannon of Des to the knuckleball of Watson, right? Like, that 1-2 punch is very effective.
It's kind of like a second wave from the team, and the style just totally changes. So I do think you're right that Onwamare plays with... he's right up front, like you said. He's kind of in your face politely. And then if he does get eliminated, Watson kind of anchors a lot of that back. We've also seen great play out of their corners. So Team Australia with a bunch of different styles of players. They've been making it work over this tournament. Chan is, I believe, in the left corner right now. And they're off. Australia faster on the rush this time. Onwamare hit, and that's a double.
Double tap.
We saw Tran trying to secure the team catch and bail out his captain, but didn't work out that time. He couldn't quite get to the ball in time. And a graze. Yeah, Chan out as well. Good start for Team Hong Kong.
I think that leaves.
We got a catch as well on Watson. Leitner
tapped out.
Well, that after the first point that took nearly 5 minutes, this one probably won't.
Talk about a momentum shift.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, Watson survived for about 6 minutes against Canada.
Yeah, you never know. Here we see the attack coming.
Nice
Good block. And Loon on the charge is attacked. But he survives as well. Team Australia's hopes currently on just a single player. Yeah, we see Young again. Sizing up his options. He's doing the 3-ball hold that Bill likes so much.
Oh, yeah. Like, you get to drop that ball. You get to make your shot, have 2 balls for blocking.
And
you get to throw the ball up and do that Malaysia block.
Yeah. It doesn't look like he's opting to play it that way, but he does have that 3rd ball handy.
Yeah.
We do see once he lets it go, he quickly switches the other ball out into the hand, decides not to take that shot. So we've got that lefty throw coming out of the left corner for Australia.
Also, something to consider, that the longer that he survives, the more resources he's taking from this Hong Kong side, right? He is trying to wear them out, right? That was 4 throws right there. That is one, that takes a certain amount of resources, glucose and all the other things.
Yeah.
You get tired playing this game.
And Leong hit out on the Hong Kong side. It's true. I mean, it's going to be exhausting as well when you're that player who's alone, but...
and frustrating.
Yeah.
It's mentally frustrating to not be able to hit that target.
I actually think that might be the bigger thing, too. Those players who are so good at surviving for a long, long, long time, it is frustration for the team on the attack. I think that might be the bigger toll that is paid in these situations.
Right, at some point you get frustrated, you make a mistake, you think you see openings, and then you get caught.
And some good dodges.
That looked like it was choreographed, it was so smooth.
Yeah, very nicely moving about the court here. He does look a bit tired and
reasonable, and he'll get a break after this.
Yeah,
that's a deep roster on the Australian side.
Yeah, they've been able to roll out waves of players according to the situation and the condition of team members.
That'll connect.
Yeah, Hong Kong celebrating. They are on the board. 1-1 the score. 11:45 remains in the half. And yeah, I would expect from the teams that are 4 or 5 in the standings that it would be a pretty close match.
Yeah. So, whatchamacallit? Yeah, I have Twitch chat up. I have the rosters up. But yeah, if you ask questions in the Twitch chat comments, we're following it here. So, Dez with a big shot, staying safe. Oh my God, push up. I've never seen a forward push up.
Yeah, that was nice
incredible.
motion. And we see the referees talking again. We now have 6 officials on the court for these playoff matches. Bonus officials all around.
Also, just as I promised to the stream that if we hit 300 viewers, I would get blasted by Team USA. You can find that video on Instagram, bfish510. World Dodgeball Federation will share that later at some point when I give them the video. But I did indeed get blasted by the entirety of the women's squad and the young guns, Mike McGee and such.
I think I saw Isidro Perez sneak in a shot too. So.
Yes. I caught him doing that. He was like, yeah, I want to take the shot.
And when you say you caught him, you don't mean that you
I
caught the
him
ball.
on video, yeah. He got a beautiful shin shot on me from 30 feet away, just like Elite.
Yeah. And we'll see if we can find out if that talk was about anything interesting, because it doesn't look like too much has changed. We've got one player out on the Hong Kong side, and Onwamare is still in there for the Australian side.
If we can get some confirmation from the sideline about what that discussion was, that would be great.
And Hong Kong up at the line again.
Okay.
And we see the shot coming from the left side, missing.
Return. Staying alive, pressured by Dez, sees the opening, can't connect. Good job.
Yeah, we have seen Team Hong Kong be quite tough to hit sometimes.
That's Loon in that corner, right?
Yeah, number 1 for the team.
Ooh, connects.
Yeah, we see Clarence Hui over there on the left side with a big throw as well. And you see Lightness stepping into that shot.
I'm trying to remember these Australian players by their shoes.
Yeah.
That's about all I can do right now.
Women's team just off the court, cheering on the men's side. The men will return the favor later on.
Okay. Hong Kong got a warning. They were calling hits.
I see.
Yeah.
Yep, not something that's up to the players. That is up to the referees. You call your own hits, but you don't call out across the line.
Yep. So many times I thought I've hit someone, we watched the video later, and turns out I didn't even throw it at that person.
Yeah.
You know, everyone thinks they see something different. Your perspective is crazy in terms of what you think you remember, what you think happened, especially in such an intense game with, you're making secondary. Oh, connects with Dez.
Onwamare heads over to the sideline.
Okay, who is this from the camera perspective, right corner? Gets Lightner.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. Hong Kong connecting on quite a few of these.
Hong Kong making this a match. Ooh, big connection there.
There we will see Mingyu Chao take a seat on the side. Hong Kong going to try and avenge him. The shot from Loon misses. Ooh, a second
Five
shot.
balls.
Yeah, Hui takes a second shot.
Hong Kong got a warning because they were calling outs for the chat asking. Connection. Miss. Jackie Loon staying alive.
Yeah, he has often been the last player remaining for this Hong Kong team. He's a very solid all-around player. Good blocker.
Nice block.
I've seen some spectacular dodges from him as well in these matches. Takes a low shot, goes low under a return, low under another one.
Watson with the pressure, getting over it.
Yeah, Loon elects to just fake, back up, and get a second ball in hand. It will still be his turn to throw. Ooh.
Watson gets tagged, calls his own out.
Yeah. So 1-on-2. And Loon still in there. Moves that ball over to the sideline.
Chat's asking for a score for U.S. New Zealand. We'll get that for you as we can.
In the meantime, on this one,
Tags the foot.
yeah, the new score of this match, 2-1 in favor of Team Australia.
All right.
That was a back and forth point. We are seeing some really good shots and smart play from both sides.
Oh, good to know. Yeah, USA Dodgeball is streaming that match as well, apparently.
Yeah, so if you are interested in seeing Team USA versus New Zealand, you can look up USA Dodgeball. And a hit.
But this
Loon.
match is an absolute nail-biter. Both teams are absolutely killing it.
Australia in yellow. Big shot from Onwamare and a follow as well. Neither of those connecting.
Okay, 4 for the side of Hong Kong. They'll get to control the tempo here. Don't connect. No connection with Dez.
Yeah. Desmond Onwamare tried to save me earlier today from trying Vegemite for the first time. He did not. I should have listened to him. Thank you for your watching out for my well-being, Desmond, but I'm not always smart enough to heed the advice, I guess.
Ooh, big connection there. He wanted that catch. He got his hands under it, knocked it up, but...
Yeah, so Andy Chow heads to the side. Ooh, you see a nice shot. I do love seeing that from both sides, where right after one throw is thrown their way, another follows back in the other direction immediately.
Whew.
Like that.
I think Leitner blocked that up a little bit, saving his corner. Not 100% sure if that connected, but good cover.
Ooh.
That's the cross. Double out.
Yeah, looks like Chow's going to head out as well. So nice bounce for Team Yellow here. Oh, now a catch. Loon again is alone.
Yeah.
And this time he's facing off against 6. So tough road ahead for Jackie Loon in an attempt to tie this up. And he's okay.
Loon Chi Hang and Brandon Leitner have so far been the workers, so to speak, for this Australian team in this game with that big catch and that double out.
Loon holding 2 balls and good elusiveness. Hasn't been able to connect though, so this is going to be quite the test of Loon's conditioning.
4 balls for Loon. Takes the cross court, doesn't connect.
That was a nice low attempt toward the knees as the player went low. And Onwamare missing. That shot is cleanly blocked. So we see Chan coming up and exchanges. Loon looks a little disappointed, but I mean, those were tall odds to be facing off against.
Okay, 3-1 for Australia.
Timeout called on the Hong Kong side.
Okay. Once again, we've seen these timeouts be very effective. Once again, we've seen some big tempo changes come from timeouts. Sometimes you just need a little bit of a reminder that your team has confidence in you. Maybe if you don't have confidence in yourself, or you just need a moment to take a breath. There's what, 5 minutes left in this half. It's only only down 2 points. I mean, they're still very much so in this, but they're trying to get their shoe spikes in the snow, so to speak, right?
Exactly the metaphor to use here in Cancun, I'd say.
Yeah.
We're both from much farther north. That does make a ton of sense where we're from.
Yeah.
At times.
Yeah, it snows so much in Seattle. I think we got a whole inch last year.
Wow. Yeah, mostly you get rain, I believe, right?
Yeah. all year.
If you want to come to Toronto sometime, we'll give you your share of snow.
Oh yeah. I moved from New York to Seattle. I'm good without it.
So we'll see if Team Hong Kong can come out of this timeout, change their fortunes a little bit. They are down 3-1, but as mentioned before, it is nowhere near out of reach here. As the teams get ready.
The chat just called you un-Australian for not liking Vegemite, and I think they don't know you're Canadian.
Half of the Australian team does not appear to like Vegemite, so... and...
Des taken out.
Yeah, a third of the on-court Australian team.
Oh. And Watson taken out,
yep.
huh?
Watson.
Those are the two... We talked about it earlier. Those two are kind of that 1-2 punch of tempo change, and...
Yeah, Watson did get hit, though, on the bounce off of Onwamara, so... And that one could not be snared. Yep. Hong Kong coming out hard. That one bouncing short, and we see a nice shot from Chow. Australia with 5 balls. It's going to be up to Chan on Hong Kong to hold down the fort. Woo. Close calls, but Hong Kong still in it with 4.
I mean, not to bring up... Connects there.
Yeah, nice shot right on the shins.
We've seen some massive comebacks this tournament, so 2 points is absolutely nothing.
Ashley
this
Chan.
Hong Kong team has a lot of momentum right now just in this game.
Yeah, they're going to try to close this out with a little under 4 minutes remaining in the half. Get themselves back a bit of momentum following that timeout. Shot going toward...
Once again, because it's hard for us to keep track of the time. It's about 100 feet away. And it's not the most exciting thing happening in front of us. As we get down to 0, the game's going to, if won, as long as there's a second left on the clock, we'll start another game in the half. But when the clock reaches 0, we start no block and the half ends. No block, you cannot block. You can make a catch with the ball. You can't block, otherwise you're out. And then that'll finish the half. But you start with 3 balls apiece. So look, as we end this half, when it gets down to 0 on the timer, look for those balls to just fly. Try to get those last second outs in.
Yeah. I would be surprised if this point stretches that far. We've still got 3 minutes to go, but you never know. It has slowed down a bit. Or it did. Chan hit out.
The commentator curse.
I'll take it. And on the far side, I believe that is Chow. Sends a drop shot a little high. Australia cheering on their teammate.
Getting over that one.
Cautious approach from Hong Kong. Staggering the timing. And that is number 8, Chung.
10 eggs him in the butt.
Yeah.
Very hard to catch with your butt. I've only seen it done once.
Yeah, we saw Chan going up pretty high. Wait, what? Once? 1-on-2 now, it's a little more manageable.
And the answer is yes, once.
I probably don't want to know.
Pants were on.
This is Chow and Loon trying to finish this off for Hong Kong.
Have you ever seen a player turn around and catch it with the back of their knees?
Yeah.
Grabbing it like all in there. Oh, that's the tag.
Nice low shot there. Delivered under the blockers and catching the ankle. So Hong Kong is able to grab that point. And now they're going to...
Momentum to the side of Hong Kong.
Yeah, good chance now to tie it up before the first half ends.
Let's see if we can start the game with another double tap, huh?
Yeah, those things can certainly swing a match. 1 ball spent, 2 players out. That's just good value.
It's not going to be easy to get that combination of Des and Watson out, though. That was like getting a lightning strike.
It did make the last point out easier, and Leung hit out for Hong Kong. Team Australia up to the line.
Connects and a catch.
we see Lucas.
Oh, I guess it was ground in the middle.
Lucas Lau hit out. So this time Australia with the 2-man edge to start things off early. Good lateral move from Leitner. Team Australia comes up.
Nice pump fakes, getting some early dodges, getting to see where they were going to.
Yeah, we see at the line Hong Kong is often the more patient team with more fakes. The Australians throwing a lot more early.
Good work getting over it there.
And a shot toward Ashley Chan. No, that was Desmond on Wamara hit out.
Oh, big out.
Yeah, he is a very strong player. Always good for the Hong Kong side if they can eliminate him. And nice shot from Chan, but returned on. Wow, back and forth we see a couple of eliminations. Jackie Loon hit out.
Okay. There's a Chan on both sides.
There sure is.
Yeah.
There are a couple of names that you'll see on both sides, so we will try and be clear which ones we mean. Team Australia taking just one shot. That ball toward Leitner is picked up.
Watson with the catch.
I don't think Leitner did that on purpose, but he'll take it.
Woo.
And time has just about expired.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll have a no block. I think the whistle was blown. So the ball is live. The ball is live when you, you can throw a ball at the 0-second mark. It just has to be released before then, but it doesn't have to connect before the 0-second mark. So the ball is live in the air. I believe it got bounced up and it was caught after the whistle had blown. But they're going to play no block.
Yeah, as long as
a full game.
Exactly. As we've seen in this tournament a couple times, if time has expired while the point ends, they just go directly into sudden death. 6-on-6, 3 balls per team. They start with those balls in hand. No blocking allowed here. Australia is going to throw first. Big shot.
That's Loon, right?
Yeah, one of the anchors for this team.
5 balls for the Australians.
Yeah, Hui with the only ball right now for Team Hong Kong. And he throws it. He gets tagged on the ground. And I think we also saw Chan hit out right afterward.
Ooh, that ball almost stayed in no man's land, which would have been
bad.
Yes. Well, it depends on who you're rooting for, right? It would have been bad for the side of Hong Kong, great for the side of Australia. They could have put pressure there, prevented them from getting that ball. And sometimes you just leave that ball just over that line so your opponent can't get it. Oh, tries to go for the catch, but comes up short.
Yeah, we see Chow hit out there, and now that a catch has been made, 4 from Hong Kong coming up. Big shot connecting on Watson.
A lot of ricochets. That was 2.
Oh yeah, it looks like it was indeed 2. So one of those 4 2-hit bounces. Onwamare still in there, and Leitner. Loon
Leitner connected with, getting under it. Dez, the last in.
Yeah, Leitner checking with the refs, but it was indeed a hit. Onwamare throwing twice. That was a quick release on that second ball.
Yeah, that was all elbow.
So my elbow just flared up a little thinking about it. And I think he survived.
Safe.
4 balls.
No.
4 balls thrown toward him in no blocking. Onwamare takes a shot. And that one missing as well. He's coming close. Ooh, and the return just missing him as well. Hong Kong still with 4.
Man. This Hong Kong team is so good at diving. Connects though. Great play there.
Yeah, Lucas Lau finds kind of like the calf of Desmond Onwamare. At the end of the half, then it will be 4-3 Hong Kong. Sorry, 4-3 Australia after Hong Kong picks up that last point.
Great work by Hong Kong there. Specifically Lau. He read that situation and fully committed, right? There was no half measures in that. He didn't double think it. He just said, this is the situation, I'm committing. He read the dodge by Desmond You can't ask for a better play than that in no block and from a world-class team.
And I like part of what he did there. You saw him not throw as early as he probably could have gotten a good toss away. He just kind of hesitated.
That little pump fake.
Yep. And that gave him time to see where the move was going and aim his shot, just like you said. We are told that on the far court, Team USA is up 4-1 over Team New Zealand. If you haven't had a chance to watch New Zealand yet, I'd say they have one of the most distinctive looks of any of the teams in the tournament.
Yes. I don't think that's an opinion.
Yeah, I love it. I think
they're a great team.
I think literally the only mullet to be found in this building right now is proudly sported by one of the New Zealand members.
He rocks it too. He doesn't go half mullet. That's a rockin' mullet.
Yeah, lots of party in the back, as they say. And now
what a great match. 4-3.
Yeah, starting off this second half, this is win and stay, lose and... I mean, you don't have to go home, but you don't keep playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can go to the hotel and enjoy the beach. Why do that when you can watch dodgeball at the highest level?
Yeah, there are several more matches to come today.
Once again, this is the 2019 Dodgeball World Championships. We're live here from Cancun, Mexico. Day 5. We're watching the quarterfinals here between Australia and New Zealand. Australia in the yellow and Hong Kong in the black and red.
And we see Leung checking with the refs, but he is out.
Good work there, just verifying. The second the refs say anything, got right off. Nice respect toward the refs. Trust but verify.
And it sounds like there was a line. So Ashley Chan called out on the line. You can see we've got 2 back line officials.
Oh, nice.
On each side, so they're probably not going to miss it. Team Australia gets a throw out of Lightning. He is returned back.
And on Dez.
On Wamara hit out as well. Hong Kong coming out firing. Team Hong Kong taking another shot. And it looks like they did find Chow on the far side. And as Australia presses up, nice counter by Watson. He finds Loon, recognizes that Loon was going to throw, and times that counter beautifully. 3-on-2, Hong Kong still with the edge here. Trying to close that gap in the points, even things up. They're very patient at the line, a lot of pump fakes. And the take.
Hey, this is the Watson scenario. 3v1. There's that pump up. He's confident here.
Yeah, he seems to be okay with the situation. He is a very smart player in these situations. And that shot bouncing.
Yeah. Someone asked what color the balls were. The answer is tic-tac green.
Yeah, they've switched to green balls for playoffs here after using red for most of the tournament. In the back and forth, close calls in both directions. Watson stepping up, taking a shot. You can see it's not like he plays these passively.
No. He's looking to just stay alive, wear out the other team, play it smart. And he got tagged. Nice integrity by Watson.
Yeah, grazing Watson. But a graze is still a hit. Even if it doesn't have the same satisfying sound that a big thwack to the chest might.
Yeah, sometimes it just gets your jersey. Makes you reconsider whether you're a large or a medium sometimes.
Oh, I know where I am. Let's not talk about that. 2 minutes gone in the the second half. So, off the rush, we see Australia. I think they just got one there. We see Chow heading out. Australia up to the line.
Okay, let's see. I think the Australian side has to throw 5 against 3. Yeah. So once again, You have 10 seconds to throw a ball. If you're the team with more balls than the other, it's you have to throw. If both teams have the same number of balls, the team with more players has to throw. And if both teams have the same number of players, the team that threw last does not have to throw again.
Yeah, so the refs will always make it clear who needs to throw, but the players know this pretty well at this point. Oh, another graze.
Yeah, honesty, honesty, honesty. This is a sport of integrity. Nice pressure coming out from the corners. Watson connected with, though.
That was a nice shot coming from his right side, so maybe not quite able to read it as well as he'd like. Oh, nice block by Leitner. Team Australia still 4 strong. Team Hong Kong up to the line, looking toward the corner. And as they come up again, we see the shot coming from the right side. Left side trying to take a pressure shot too, but Hong Kong now with 4. And yep, they find their shot on the corners. Australia down to 3. Leitner calling the play from the middle. And they miss on the far side. Okay. Sorry about that. Answering your question. Making a clarification. 3 against 2 here. Who do we have left in? Ooh, that one was sent sailing. Leitner doing a good job of staying away. 4 balls from the side of Australia. Yeah, I believe that is Haynes on the far side. Troy Haynes for the first time in this connection. Nope. That was an out. And the refs are going to talk about it. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to be honest. It sounded like a hit to me. Yeah, that... It looked like it went off his shoulder there, but we'll... Okay. All right. Like we said, our perspectives are flawed too. I was very confident. Yeah, but you can see there is one official at the back corner there, right at that play. Australian fans are loud. Hong Kong fans, they're kind of loud too, but they don't have that same coordinated cheer thing going on the way the Australians do. Okay, yeah, his perspective made it look like a shoulder shot, but that was very not. And almost! Good work staying with it. You gotta applaud the effort. Young came close. Australia now still with 2. Nice block, that'll reset the count. How much time is left in this half? Just under 15 minutes. Ooh, good jump to clear that ball. Is it 4-4? It sure is. That's right, it is. Tie game, 15 minutes left. Chow and Haynes trying to secure this point, the go-ahead point for Australia. Oh, what a shot. It's going to get a little harder now in the one-on-one. That shot skimming low. And we see another ball coming in. This time, though, it's Hong Kong letting go. Mingyu Chow, super close to the back line, still in, though. Nice block. That looked a little awkward, but awkward is good enough. Yeah. Doesn't have to look nice. Just got to work. Great block. Yeah, that one looked textbook. Dodgeball textbook now on sale on Amazon. Nice pressure. Oh, both players firing at close range, and I mean, you're also trying to avoid the shot you know is coming back your way, so hard to get the perfect throw out. Yeah. I like the choices from both players. Woo. This is a big point here as we go into the final half of this half. Yep. 4th quarter, some would say. This is a Chow on Chow showdown. Update, it's 5-2 USA over New Zealand. Yeah, but don't watch that right now. We've got a great one-on-one here.
Yeah, don't go away. Stay right here. Tries to go
Australia.
for the foot shot, gets over it though.
And now it is going to be Hong Kong's Chow taking the line. We'll see if the counter comes right away. There's a bit of a rush, a fake. Ooh, nice jump.
Over it again. That time he put it a little bit higher. He's been throwing those foot shots. And that time he went for where his feet would be if he jumped. Neither connect. Caught out in the middle. What a play.
Yeah, Australia. There you saw their Chow with the benefit of being able to run up and pressure the retreating player who didn't have a lot of places to go. The back pedal is not as fast as the charge from your opponent. He flattened out but could not get all the way under that ball. Australia with the go-ahead point. 12 and a half minutes to go in this half.
Wow. Caught him out. I mean, not a catch, but like, you know.
Ambiguous terminology here in use by team commentary. And, ooh, nice dodge. And we see Chow still in there, not at all exhausted.
Seriously, great work. Leitner goes for the throw, put out in the middle. Oh, can't come up with that catch.
Kind of hard to chase after that ball if it pops out, if you're laying on the ground like that. So, coming close.
Ooh. Leads the charge.
Yeah, Haynes tagged out as well. That is 2 down for the side of Australia.
Seriously, this Hong Kong side doesn't seem demotivated at all by that loss in the 1v1. Is that a catch? Yeah, it is. Loon.
And the referees, you can see one thing they do is before the refs have had a chance to talk it out and agree on what happened, they will tell the players and coaches to stay back.
Damn, Loon.
Yeah, that
What a catch.
looked pretty solid.
We tell people not to throw in the pocket, right? That's the easiest place to catch. What happens when that pocket is laying on the ground and it's rolling around?
And we'll see what the call is here in a moment. We will get word as best we can. And the referee is pointing decisively in various directions. And they're calling over members of each team's staff. It's Coach Nico Seneviratne from Australia and Coach Brian Lee from Hong Kong summoned to the huddle.
Both teams will come together. Use this as a chance to get some water.
Did we ever decide what that ref huddle should be called? Like a Parliament of Owls or?
Oh, timeout Australia.
So we got a little more time to settle things down here.
Yeah. In the meantime, it looks like it's 7-1 United States over New Zealand. What would you call a huddle of refs?
I mean, sometimes we just call it a huddle.
All right, so that was a catch. So it was a catch, but the player wasn't yet dead, so no one comes back in.
Yeah, so I think exactly the conversation there wasn't about whether the catch was good, it was whether one of the other Hong Kong players had already been eliminated. If that player was eliminated, even if they haven't reached the marking for the queue over on the side, they would be eligible to come back. But if they weren't eliminated, then obviously they can't. You cannot revive a player who is not yet out. So
don't try to resuscitate a living person.
Yeah,
that's how you make them a dead person.
It's a rib breaker for sure.
Yeah.
So our thanks to our friends down courtside who are relaying this information up here. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, so if you you can be on the court if you get you can be on the court and still be dead and be caught back in. You just have to exit the court before you come back.
Yeah, you can still run back in from the back once you've exited the court, but all right, Team Australia protecting that lead. But that's only a match lead. In this point, they are currently running at a deficit of players. We see these shots being faked, and we see a cross-court attempt taken toward Loon.
Yeah. A lot of pump fakes coming out there. Good work getting them to jump and move and waste some energy, tire them out as we go into these final minutes of this half. Nice integrity.
Yeah, we see Chow stepping out. The acknowledgement from Hong Kong saying thank you.
Is that 11 minutes left on that clock? 5-4?
It is indeed. Ooh.
Staying alive and getting some outs.
Yeah, Kong hit out and frustrated with himself, I think. You see his teammates picking him up, saying it's okay.
Yeah, that's what was a 5-on-2 is now a 3-on-2. A lot of pressure. When Chi Hang finally commits to the throw, forces a big dodge with Paul Chan.
And Chan winds up. And nice block. You can see one thing when Chan was faking there, his fakes were very quick motions, and then his actual throw was a big wind-up. That's one of those cases where, to me, that pump fake isn't as convincing as it could be.
Yeah. We've seen it a couple times where even up here we're able to read a situation just because the player is doing something drastically different. Nice counter there.
Yeah. I mean, that said, even the smaller motions, I mean, it's better than not threatening the other team. Even a short pump fake can draw a reaction.
Especially someone like in their peripherals. Right? That's why you'll see players pump fake without a ball. If you just see someone move their arm in the peripherals, the way they normally do, you got to take that look unless you know exactly where every ball is.
And Australia there with all 6 balls trying to make them count. They've already got Loon out on the side.
This was a 5-on-2. It is. They're calling him out. Australia pulling away, 6-4.
Hui looks unimpressed with that call.
The refs will convene.
Yeah, so they will talk it out and make sure that they feel like they've got it right. I think it was that back corner judge who did call it, though. She had a pretty good vantage point.
Is this a regiment of refs?
I like that.
Okay.
A refgiment. Never mind. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. They are calling it an out. We're not happy about it, but you see the team just trying to keep everything settled.
A refinery?
A refinery of refs. Oh, I like that. I mean, all the ones for animals, a whole bunch of them don't make any sense. So this one doesn't need to either. Whatever sounds fun. 9.5 minutes to go in this half.
Sorry for all these bad references.
Nice. If you need,
this is why I like commentating with you. Jake just tears me down when I make puns.
If you need a commentator, I will happily refer a bill to you.
Okay, 4 balls for the side of Hong Kong. They're getting to control the momentum here. Pump fake, trying to force a move out.
Yeah, they really use the clock. They spend a lot of time with those pump fakes, I think just trying to suss out what the Australian team's going to do.
Yeah.
Ooh, that shot coming close. Loon blocking it, though, and the return toward Leitner.
Staying safe. Looks a little concerned. Might have hurt his leg.
Yeah, Leitner. I think he's okay, but yeah, it was a little slow walking off.
Yeah, I hope he's all right.
Ooh, Lucas, wow. Good shot connecting on Chan.
Still plenty of time for Hong Kong to come back from this. Remember, even if there's 1 second left on the clock, when the game ends, we will start another game.
Frankly, even if there's 0 seconds left,
yeah,
we'll start another one too. Haynes hit out, and Hong Kong currently in a good position to try and bring this one back.
Ball for, Hong Kong adding some chaos to the mix, coming out with an out with it.
Yeah, they came back strong after losing that last point. Watson missing. And we see those shots coming one after the other. But so far, Hong Kong still with 5.
Can you see the number of his jersey in that left corner for Australia?
That is number 17. Ooh, point blank attempt. Ooh. Tried to be tricky. That
Oh! That's big for Hong Kong.
Yeah, I don't think that's how the thrower wanted it to go. Tried to get a little too fancy, perhaps.
Yeah, that's... Watson staying alive, though. 5 balls for him.
I know he's comfortable in this situation, but I'm sure he'd rather that there were fewer players on the Hong Kong side when he's left alone like this. Lau with the block.
Yeah. I expect Watson's probably going to want to just drag out the clock here, make it harder for Hong Kong to win the match overall.
And you see where Watson's choosing to take his shot. He's going toward Lau, who at the time was the only Hong Kong player with the ball. It prevents Watson from getting countered, unless Lau wants to get really aggressive and throw as Watson's throwing. So that is a good choice if you're trying to play things a little bit more defensively. And Watson's still in it.
Suggestion for those at home, in that situation that we saw before, sidearms don't work well in that close quarters thing. When someone's that far up, you tend to get those pop-outs. Come overhand down. That way, if it hits him in the chest, it goes straight into the floor.
Yeah. And nice shot.
Nice shot on Watson.
Lau hits it and secures the point for Hong Kong.
But then, they could make that pocket and then catch you and this and that.
It's funny because I actually do like the sidearm from point blank. Mostly just to avoid, those. For me, maybe it's just the release point for me, but sidearms don't really pop up in my case. But in general, pick whatever throw you have that you think is going to bounce in a friendly direction, not all the way up to one of their teammates' waiting arms.
Yeah, friendly for your team. Oh, gets him. He might have still been alive.
Yeah, I think that is probably what the refs are going to talk about. Hong Kong's Leung was hit out. And they are saying that Leung was hit out and that ball that hit him was dead before he released his own, meaning that the Australian player is safe.
Yeah, no warning for a situation like that. He threw that ball with the assumption that he might still be alive.
Exactly.
He didn't know for sure.
Australia takes the shot from the middle. It's Leitner under siege. Stays in it, though, and a return shot onto Loon.
Leitner stayed on the court for an extra second there to watch the play from the field perspective.
Good block from Hui. Good block from Haynes as well.
Some big pump fakes there, keeping Hong Kong on the back foot, not letting them come up and put any pressure.
And a fake from Chan. Haynes with the hit, though. Lau joins his teammates on the sideline.
Lucas Lau ended that first half with an amazing play. Score is 6-5 here. Score is 8-2 USA over New Zealand, by the way, as an update. Pressure, pressure, pressure.
Yeah, Hong Kong doing a pretty good job of disguising where those throws are coming from. Trying to catch Australia on the back pedal. And that shot skimming a little bit low. Almost a reach. Chow maybe thinking about the catch, but he pulled in those hands in time. And nice.
That's staying alive. Pressure, pressure. Nope, they'll back off and call a play. Tempo control for the side of Hong Kong right now.
See that left-handed thrower in the right corner from Team Australia.
Watson staying alive, getting under it, getting to the side.
And it's Haynes. No trickery from that move there. It was just Haynes stepping up and winding up and taking that shot.
Yeah, I mean, if they expect that you're always going to pump fake, they'll keep those feet planted, save their dodges. Every now and then you got to throw an early one, and Haynes does it again, but that time cross court, across the body.
Yeah, one of my favorite moves we've seen in this tournament is Canada's Mackenzie Pinette has just thrown things and kind of stepped through the throw, like kept moving, kept walking forward as she let it go. Also a tricky move.
Yeah.
Nice little variation on the tactics as people come up to the line. Oh, nice ball.
We have some local players who are notorious for being in the corner, making those cross courts and doing the exact thing you said, though. They'll take like 3 more steps. It makes them hard to hit.
Yeah. You watch enough dodgeball, you will see variations that you never thought of.
Yeah. What a slide, by the way.
Yeah, players are, as this tournament's gone on, we've seen players experimenting with how to slide on it. This floor is a little more kind of tacky than some people are used to playing on. And there we see some sliding, but not enough to get under that shot.
Great move.
Now, one thing I like about a surface like this is that your shoes will always have grip.
Oh, absolutely. Bit like... Gets Watson.
And on the other side, a hit as well. It's a 2-on-2 situation.
Yeah, that was Lung Chi Hang. Knocked out in that other corner.
Throw from Ashley Chan.
2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. It's coming down to the wire here in the second half of the quarterfinals. It's win or go home.
And Australia with a narrow lead with 2.5 minutes remaining. They are up by 1. And good dodge by Chan, who claims to be the only player on Team Australia who cannot touch his toes. Oh. He's moving around and looking flexible out there to me.
Okay, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay, and cheers coming from the Australian side. They thought it connected. Refs call him safe. Ooh, that's one of those blocks that if it hit in the right direction could lead to a catch.
Yeah, you could also see how much it was spinning even after the block. I've had those things spin right out of my hands, as I thought it would be an easy pop-up catch.
Yeah. It's almost like a tire stopping. Yeah. It just keeps spinning through. Ooh, nice job staying low, getting out of the way.
Yeah, you can't sleep on these plays. You see these players aggressive, trying to disguise their motion, their timing. Oh, they find that shot. Australia electing to play this one a bit more safe. We still alive.
How much time is left on the clock?
1:22. Team Hong Kong needs this point. Hui's going to try and claim it. Ooh, good shot. Just going a little high. Chow and Chan talking about what they're going to do next. Team Australia, they stagger those shots. Hui still in it. And Chow staying in bounds as he slides away from that throw. 50 seconds now. Timeout called by Australia. Interesting.
Hi everybody, it's Jake. This is very interesting and exciting, and I just had to chime in and say that. To all the Aussies watching at home, I'm sure you're on the edge of your seats. For everyone from Hong Kong, I'm sure when you wake up, you'll be on the edge of your seats. This is crazy.
That was Jake Mason.
Send us your requests, comments, hate mail, love mail.
Slide into those DMs.
Slide into our DMs. World Dodgeball Federation on Instagram. The chat has slowed down on my end, so step it up. That's all. I just wanted to say hi.
Okay, good. So we're down to the final. Is that 40 seconds?
And we've got that refinery of refs going on.
Refinery of refs.
I believe on the far court, Team USA and New Zealand are done. I'm pretty sure that was a win for the American team, although we'll see if we can get the score for you in a few minutes.
The winner of this match will go on to face them later tonight. I believe that's 48 seconds left on the clock.
We have competing cheers from the Hong Kong side and the Australian side ringing around this stadium.
So let's see, who do we have left on the court here?
It is Hui for the Hong Kong side. And Ashley Chan letting go of that shot. Chow on the defensive now, gets under that ball. Hong Kong, you see a fake from Hui. And again, we see that staggered timing.
Out!
And the out is called. Confirmed by the other ref as well. That is just about going to seal it. It is possible for Hong Kong and 25 seconds to take a point, but that's actually what they're going to need to do. If they are able to close out a point before regulation time ends, which will be in 25 seconds, if they are able to do it, then we would go to an additional period one way or another. But that is a tall order, 25 seconds to get 6 outs. They're going to try, though, because they don't really have another alternative.
Yeah. Right now, this looks like a win for Australia. Something might happen, though.
Yeah, they cannot relax yet.
I can't relax yet.
That is fair. I don't want you to yet. Team Hong Kong going to be pressing. Leung takes that first shot and misses, but we see a connection on the other side from Loon.
They got Watson and 15 seconds.
Ooh. That is the difficult thing for Hong Kong, though, is you need to connect on every single shot and probably get some lucky catches here.
I think that got 3.
And that will do it.
Oh, my.
So unlike in the round robin, we do not play sudden death if it doesn't matter. Or do we? Hui is still out there again by himself.
Yeah, I believe we play it out.
All right, well. Good. I'm not ready for this match to end. Sudden death. This one just for pride. Hui against 5. Still in it. Gets a hit. Might as well spend all the energy now. Hui staying in bounds, but the balls he might have thrown are out of play. And the last one finds him.
Gets him. Australia moving on to face the United States.
Yeah, Team Australia looking good in that match. It was really close. Once again, it is a shame that at this point in the tournament, one team has to go home, but Hong Kong unfortunately couldn't quite pull it out against Australia. They hung in there tough.
Good work by that Hong Kong team. They did an amazing job here in this match.
And
Terry, who do we have up next? Just so the viewers at home know, and at what time?
Coming up in about 23 minutes at 5 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have another men's match. It's going to be Canada versus Mexico. The other match that will not be on this main stream is going to be Malaysia versus Great Britain, another men's match. Following that, at about 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the main court is going to have a women's match between Canada versus Malaysia, and the women's match between the Americans and the Australians will also be happening at the same time. And the last round of the day, starting at about 8 p.m. Eastern, will be the men's semis, which, we'll know all those participants shortly. One of them is going to be Australia, another one is going to be Team USA, and we'll have to see who joins them in those matches.
Yeah. Okay. I believe that match will be for the main court. That semis is the winner of Malaysia and who does Malaysia play in the first round? Sorry.
Malaysia will be against Great Britain in the first round.
Yeah, so the winner of Malaysia and Great Britain versus the winner of Canada and Mexico. That's the one that'll be streamed later. So it's one of those 4 teams will be in that final stream match of the night. So Canadians, might be you.
Yeah, we have quite a bit of dodgeball to play, so stay with us. We are seeing those men's matches warming up, and some of them are going to kick off in a little bit. 20 minutes from now, you will be able to see a whole bunch of additional dodgeball. Team Australia celebrating over on the sideline. I think we are going to take a bit of a break.
Yeah, we are.
And
We're
so
gonna rest these wonderful voices for
yeah,
you.
only one part of us is tired. I'm sure the players, it's a lot more, but yeah, I need some tea and a lozenge. How about you?
Yeah, I need all of that. Okay, so we're going to sign out. We'll be back in about 20 minutes. Thank you for coming to our ASMR Dodgeball channel. Once again, though, this is the 2019 Dodgeball World Championships. We're live from Cancun, Mexico. Stay tuned. In 20 minutes, we will once again have...
I'm Terry Thrasher.
I'm Bill Fisher. What match though?
Oh, right, that. See, when you throw it to me like that, we will have Canada and Malaysia on this stream. So
No, not Canada, Malaysia.
Canada and Mexico.
Canada and Mexico.
All the facts are correct. All right, we will talk to you again in about 20 minutes.
Goodbye, goodbye.